are much weaker than the other teams. They have a lot of potential, but against Tempest, they're really struggling, which is worrisome because Tempest is not necessarily our strongest team in this tournament, not even, necessarily top 3 right now. So I'm worried for GG, but well, they're gonna try to swing it back. They take first ban again. This will be Tempest map pick going on to Infernal Shrines, a map that historically has had solo Shriners kind of be prioritized highly, especially Kerrigan, Sonya in the past, and now Diablo.
And also Johanna, as we saw for the wave clear. And GG, they're very old, so to say. They're not old in age, but they know the old meta. It seems to me they don't know the newest meta. I'm pretty sure they're catching up to a level where they can really have fun in the meta. It looks like Tempest, they're fiddling with the old meta and having that stage dive into that old meta comp. They're working on it, like they're putting that old comp that they were best on, and then they're putting that into this new meta. I think it's working so far, but Black had the answer yesterday and GG does not yet, but they're gonna have it soon.
They should be wise to, with this first ban, take Kerrigan away. Now, on this map in general, a lot of it comes down to, again, that solo Shriner. You can see Falstad or ETC split soak with the rest of the team. You can get 3 lanes worth of EXP if you get a pick, or you get 2 picks. You have the solo Shriner take the Shrine, everyone else gets EXP. We've seen this a lot on this map. And to be honest, I feel like if I look at this team, as much as there was hype around Modern Life, he is no Dami. He's just not. He's not there yet. And I think this is a map choice by Tempest. It's not wrong by any means, but this could be the map that GG takes if the game becomes about that solo Shriner, as it often does on this map. And they have control of the draft here with first ban.
Well, they banned out Zarya for the start, and that kind of forces Tempest to make a choice, and they instantly make that Tassadar choice. So they can just go ahead and take that Kerrigan if they are willing to, or go more towards the global. Falstad was not the best choice. Wuja seemed to be okay on the Falstad. Not perfectly, though.
Yeah, got caught a few times, but it happens against a great team like Tempest. Falstad is not a bad choice. They're going to go with Vala instead. And this is a strong first pick, not the one that you expect to see. And there's so many options now for Tempest on this map. We're going to take Ragnaros, which makes it less likely we'll see Kerrigan here.
Or they can even have both.
They could, absolutely. Well, they're going to take Malfurion with this, so it's going to be that variation when the first pick is on the other side. Vala is strong with Ariel, and that's something that GG is definitely considering right now, as it wasn't taken away from them. They can also make sure they have their support, since Tempest pulled Malfurion early, so not going to get locked out of that in any way. We haven't seen, though, to be honest, a whole lot of Ariel in this tournament yet. Even when available, teams are just really going towards the Malfurion and the Kharazim right now. We've seen a few Rhaegars with Bloodlust to very limited success, but like, my heart says Ariel's the obvious pick here.
Look, it's so obvious that it is expected, so they have the B option, which is something else like Rhaegar or just something else like Red Wing. And there it goes. It was not banned. So Ariel was banned a couple of times yesterday. So there is the obvious pick of Falstad and Ariel. I personally like those 2 picks. I think that was exactly what they needed. The global and Ariel with that Crystal Aegis just to save Vala. And not just to save Vala, it zones out the enemy. It actually does some amount of damage, so it actually makes the team fight a lot harder to position for the other team. So that's also the strong point of Vala Ariel, that Vala can actually be saved right after.
So Diablo's picked here, or sorry, banned here. It wasn't a must ban, but it's a very strong one. And because a good game actually has control of ranged damage right now, taking 2, they're going to ban Gul'dan, which means we're going to see Tychus 100%. And what Tempest can do as a result is take Tychus and Sergeant Hammer to kind of lock down their range damage. It doesn't give them any ability power damage, but they're still in a solid place so that they can save the 5th pick for flex.
And Sign can just keep on doing ETC and stage diving in whenever needed. It looks like Sign is super comfortable on ETC every single time.
Yeah.
So they can just make a team comp towards the way they want to do it, they can still have Tyrael here. It's possible.
Ragnaros is a really strong solo Shriner, so they don't need a melee here. So I think they're going to take ETC. We're going to go with Li Ming instead of Tychus. But
they have a lot of choices. Still, Sergeant Hammer is available.
Sergeant Hammer's been something we've been seeing a lot recently in terms of pushing power, especially when you're up against a fall stat, so you can kind of counteract some of the damage he does by taking early game pressure. And so I think that last pick will likely be the Tychus, but we'll have to wait and see.
Now GG is just choosing their frontliner they can do. Like Diablo's was the obvious one, but he was banned out. Smart choice by Tempest right there. So they need some, they can do, they would like to do Johanna, but there's not much of a ranged DPS, not yet at least, from Tempest side, so I think they're waiting on that, which kind of forces them to make a choice right now. If you want that wave cleared and blind, is that blind going to have a super effective play into this game? But if not, that's too bad. But still, taking Johanna seems to be an okay choice.
There's no real strong solo Shriner here, and I'm a little bit worried about that. They just can't really take a bruiser here. I'm going to do it anyways with Thrall. If they take a bruiser like Thrall here, it means that it's going to be solo supported, and there's a lot of damage for Ariel, so she will have a lot of hope. If she's got on Vala, she can just use Vala's hope generated to heal Thrall on the front lines as well. But he's going to be the choice, and Sylvanas gets picked up here again. And for Tempest, it starts to feel like a flavor of the best of 5 sort of pick that Duck feels comfortable on, and he just wants to keep playing it.
Yep, last game we saw Falstad really not making the choice. I'm pretty sure, hopefully he can make that better choice in the game number 3. And Duck knows that Falstad was just going around not doing too much. So we'll see what happens in game 2 as we get into game number 3 between Tempest and GG.
Tempest in blue, hide on Malfurion, Duck on Sylvanas, lockdown on Li Ming, sign on the ETC, and Modern Life once more on Ragnaros.
Good game in red, BDG on Vala, Jaehyun on Ariel, good on Thrall, Hooligan on Johanna, Wu-Jae on Falstad.
So, you know, the Sylvanas pick here feels like it's a strong pick for Duck. He's not as...
They're going for the bottom push again.
Oh man, this is a really big bait by Modern Life, but he's actually going to pay for his life with this. Probably should have poked with his W first to make sure he was enough range to escape. This will definitely counteract what Tempest is doing in the bot lane because they're down a body here temporarily as Ragnaros respawns. Still, obviously, Sylvanas is going to allow you to push a lot, but just simply down in damage. Hooligan gets blinds to stop auto attacks. This is a win for GG. I like the idea of what they're doing with Rag there, but didn't work out. But going back to the point, with the Johanna last pick, Sylvanas is the pick over Tychus because they just want to stick with the ability damage to counteract the blind. And if we had seen perhaps Muradin, maybe they still pick the Tychus here, but I like what they've done. Duck's very strong on the hero, gives them a lot more lane pressure, and they can, you know, once they hit 16, use Sylvanas' level 16 talent to give vulnerability to the frontliner in this case, Thrall, blow him up quickly, and then go onto those soft, squishy 80s in Vala and the Falstad.
Yeah,
so
they're also trusting Lockdown because Lockdown has so much potential as Li Ming. They can just go for, like, Sylvanas can silence and Ragnaros can just go into Molten Core. And there's double silence actually here with Sylvanas and Malfurion, which means they're going to have a super hard time popping their heroics for the entire game. Like 4 seconds without any skills, that's gonna at least kill one, and then Lockdown can just having that reset when they get the kills.
What's the idea in theory? And except for
yeah,
the Modern
in theory,
Life,
but they seem to be really good on that, like making that work into the actual game. That's Tempest. It feels like that to me.
sure. Besides the Modern Life mistake, to put it nicely there. And then the early game, this seems to be working okay for them so far. They get a lot of push power onto that bot fort, as you guys can see on the mini-map, down about a third of its health. Nothing is just continuing to pressure here onto BDG. The rotation down here is swift for Tempest with the first ban, of course. Good game did go into this follow, this damage comp, but they also were able to secure foul stats. They got a little bit of extra soak. They're going to hit level 5 first, which is going to give them a slight scaling advantage here and trying to clear these monsters. As you can see, Falset's actually doing a ton of free damage right now to Sign as UJ comes in, and this looks to be, even though they took control for just a moment, there was so much poke on the good game. I don't think they can hold on to this. And
Ragnaros is already in Molten Core form, and Hooligan goes down, lockdown on that reset. He's trying to chase. That's going to be it. Looks like this first Punisher going towards Tempest. That's one of the strengths taking Ragnaros into this map. Just turning into a Molten Core and just poking from the side. It does so much damage that GG cannot really hold with single Ariel.
It's also, it helps them clear this faster, as you can see, once the team retreats, so that was a little added bonus. It's important to note that Falstad is getting a ton of soak, but because of Sylvanas' trait, this Punisher gets the bot fort very, very quickly. It was already damaged because of Sylvanas' push earlier, but now this Punisher is going to threaten the keep wall. And this forces a big rotation. This means Sylvanas is free to knock down this mid wall, and actually will probably damage quite significantly the fort as well, depending on how quick the rotation is. They're going to come up quick, so no damage at all. Not even significant damage. But quick rotation back up here. Falstad got some extra soak, but the structural damage can't be denied, and that's why this is such a powerful map for Sylvanas, and why MVP Black was running it a lot back in summer as well, because when you run Sylvanas on this map and you get the first Punisher, the Punisher is pretty weak, generally speaking, but when you have Sylvanas, it's a lot stronger.
Looks like Tempest is going to go greedy and come in for this camp. GG is going to back away for the time being. It is 4v4, but Falstad can fly over any time. It looks like Falstad is trying to, but Modern Life is actually catching him in good eye. He's making sure that Falstad does not fly over.
All right.
Making sure.
Here comes a huge, massive push with Sylvanas, mind you. This fort, it didn't take that significant damage I was talking about earlier, but it's about to be quite significant here with this just corruption here onto this fort. Not the actual corruption talent, but corrupting it, making it unable to fire. The fort is wrought with corruption. It's like that fort is like doing some backwater deals with the government. It's super corrupt. Fort's got some like nepotism. The people shooting out of the tower are like the aunt of the owner of the fort. It's like really corrupt. Not able to fire. So
I feel like UJ's not using the flight as much as he should. He could have flied over, and the entire team could have committed to try to get at least one pick off if it was possible. I know they're not level 10 yet, which Ragnaros cannot fly over. I know soaking is important, but still, just having 4-on-4 when you have more global presence right now, you have to take that into advantage. And DuckDuck is in a bit of a trouble, but he does go safely out. Sign very low. Goodbye.
Sign actually showing his experience as a tank player there, allowing that block there to nearly save him. Had he had a little bit more burst heal, like if I do his Uther or something, he lives 100%, but really impressive play there by Sign at the last second. Even though 10 is going to go over to Tempest first, the big power spike the Observer was highlighting actually for a good game is that Thrall gets follow through, which the kind of running joke in the West is that Thrall doesn't exist until he has follow through, because that just makes him so much more powerful. It means that every time he Qs, he also gets bonus damage and auto attacks right after, helping him clear waves faster, helps him do just an immense amount of damage. All of his auto attacks are better because he just constantly uses abilities no matter what, all the time. So big power spike for GG, but they're not able to make anything of it, of course, besides the kill there on the Sign. Still 10 going over to Tempest first. And they look to take this Shrine as well. Falstad could fly down if they had 10, but because they don't, they're desperately trying to get 10 before this gets 40 monsters.
And Sign does come around from the side. He did take Mosh instead, and it looks like he was looking for that big Mosh, but he fails to do so. Falstad just does not fly over. They just hit 10 right now. Maybe this is their chance.
This absolutely is. A lot of heroics wasted here for Tempest. Falstad's down. GG has 10. They have all 5 of their heroics available, and they are going to steal this. really well done by Hooligan there, and good to force Tempest to use heroics defensively. They never planned on hard engaging without the heroics. They just wanted Tempest to try to use theirs to win the fight. Then they disengaged. Falstad got 10. They came in. They took the rest after that delay. Here comes a fly in from Wu Jay. He's going to go for the Gust. A beautiful cleanse there onto Modern Life to prevent him from getting pinned. But Sign will not be so lucky. He's going to die here, and this will be mid-fort taken for GG, tying us up 5-5 in structures.
Yeah, that was a very good catch by GG right there. And Punisher still pressing hard on this into the keep, and they're able to almost get to the second wall of the keep. And looks like they have the second tower has some HP left, but still, they had their chances. This is their chance, really. This is like the only chance out of the first 3 games they had.
Well, Wu Jay did go home to clear that bot push that's already threatening the bot keep.
He still has flight.
He does have flight.
He's saving. I feel like he's saving it for the crucial moments, and he just flew in to use the Gust. Never mind. But still, he should be using a little bit more, especially now that ETC does not have stage dive. I think he can use that to just macro away. GG. The rest of them just has to deal with the Sylvanas though.
I think taking this Bruiser camp was incorrect. GG was on even talent tiers. They had Falstad's Gust available. His flight was going to be ready soon, and why allow Tempest on even talent tiers to just steal a free camp and get a fort? You get your own camp, but you don't have pressure with it. So because you left Tempest to do this, they just immediately rotate up and kill this, which means this camp accomplishes nothing. Big mistake here by GG to just allow this to be taken from them. Tempest just said, I want your camp, and they're like, fine, I guess you can have it, we'll just get ours and you can kill it for free. I guess you could argue GG gets the EXP from the Bruisers.
And they come around the side, tries to try to get Modern Life for a kill, but the entire team of Tempest also coming down. Modern Life will be taken out right before Science tries to come in with Power Slide, but he is pushed back. Looks like Sign is looking for a good angle to come in and do that, pop that big mosh, and just one good mosh just turns around the entire game. But still, that's going to be a little tough because GG does have a lot of CCs. Yeah,
GG has a lot of CCs. The threat of mosh is always terrifying. I do have to say, GG has really been... The best thing they've been doing in this game, in my opinion, is punishing Modern Life for his greedy positioning because Rag doesn't have an escape, and we've seen this time and time in this tournament, the Rag players. Modern Life especially, including yesterday, the one who often gets caught, but it's easy to catch a Rag who's trying to soak when the wave is pushed in a little bit, and they did this well. They got the pick, turned this fight into their favor. Now they're ahead in talent tiers. Yes, they are behind in structures, but they have this fight they can take before 13's ready for Tempest. It's almost ready. Big root here onto good, and Sign comes in with a stun. Immediately self-cleansed there by Hooligan using his trait. Lockdown doing free damage on the side though. Huge Gust from Wu Jay. Is this their opportunity? It's 1-for-1 so far.
I don't think the Twilight went off. It was canceled in the way, and that's when Hyde went down. The GG is actually running behind. Sign on the chase, and Falstad will be the dead one. And there's a reset again on Lockdown. Good is looking for. No, he's gonna fall.
Lockdown didn't even have to use that last Calamity to get the kill. The reason why that fight started to turn it was because GG didn't have enough resources. They used a lot of their spells to clear this. They nearly got all 40 of them. They made the right choice to back off and not just blindly commit like we saw in Battlefield Eternity, but they were low on mana, and so a lot of their abilities couldn't go off, whereas we saw that Li Ming had enough mana to wipe everybody. Duck Duck was nearly full on mana, so he could do massive amounts of damage there. And even though Hyde got picked early and didn't have heals, GG just didn't have damage because they had no mana. They weren't full enough. We saw the Aegis go off to desperately save someone who died right afterwards because there was nothing they could do to peel or push away. This Punisher, which is an Arcane Punisher, is already on the keep, and with Sylvanas, this very likely will be a keep for Tempest, which will get them closer and closer to 16. They're so ahead now after this last fight.
And Lockdown being so aggressive, just teleporting in to do some damage. GG is forced to go back with that Punisher right onto their keep. They have to defend this one. And Punisher still has half HP, and Falstad gets caught right there. Barely saved by Aegis, but will go down very soon. Modern Life pops that Molten Core onto that keep, and the entire team of GG just forced back, and Punisher's hitting that punches on the core already.
Very nice usage there of Rag. Thrall blown up immediately here with the vulnerability Duck has at 16. I was talking about it a lot earlier. This will be a core call for Tempest. It absolutely will work. It's down to 30% now. GG does not have enough stuns or sustain here to survive and knock this away. Down goes the core. Tempest will take the series 3-0. Very one-sided, perhaps our most one-sided yet, as I feel like really the only other 3-0 we saw was the L5 series where I feel like Supreme Mixtape actually gave L5 a little bit of a run for the money, but in this case, GG just got totally outclassed. There's a lot of things they need to work on. I think most importantly is, I would say like their positioning in fights. Like they're getting caught too often, and I like their punish play, like for example, punishing Modern Life.
Yeah, especially.
But I'm happy to see Jaehyun back on support. He's playing decently. I just feel like mechanically, in all aspects, yes, everyone's great at moving together and getting a pick, but in terms of just individual raw mechanics, there's not one player that I look at and say, this guy is killing it. This guy is winning it for them.
I think Jaehyun was one of the better ones, and so to say, in the teams, and I think they were just a little bit pressured and actually scared, because there's that name, Tempest. They were the global champions, and lots of these players are experienced, but still against the big name team where they already know the meta, they were going all in. Even Modern Life is a new one. They have the brain, they have Hyde and Lockdown, the great brothers in that team. And GG just making that team work, it was possible. I saw a lot of potentials there, but still, they could not bring it tonight.
Definitely not. Look, I mean, it's just their first televised match.
Yes.
They have a lot more. Every team, of course, having 7 per round robin of matches, so they've got 6 more to play before this first round robin is over. But exciting play from Tempest, looking a little bit more set up than yesterday. I feel like Modern Life definitely has some work to do on...
Especially on Ragnaros.
On Ragnaros especially, but in general, I feel like he's not the strong bruiser player that Dami once was. I think if he could tighten up his play, Tempest could be a top contender. I don't think they're there yet, but they're fast approaching it as long as Modern Life can just tighten up a few things. I think that's where they're going, and they crushed GG with this 3-0.
And GG also made the right choice to actually punish Modern Life. Because of that, they found the right hole to it. And looks like we're going to go into another commercial break before we get into match number 3. So stay tuned and keep on watching HGC Korea. We'll be back soon. Stay tuned. We'll be back. For sure.
어우, 이게 다 뭐야? 하, 그럼 홍보 투어를 시작해볼까? 어우 예, 루시우 나가신다. 제대로 놀아보자.
왕이 쓰러졌다. 아버지, 친구, 전사, 얼라이언스의 수호자. 그는 희망의 등불이었다. 비할 데 없는 지도자였다. 그는 패배에 굴하지 않는 남자였으며 폭풍을 막아주는 우리의 방패였다. 그 어디에 있든 바리안 리는 영웅으로 남으리라. 언제나.
이 전투복이 내 감옥이 된다고 했던가. 잘만 맞는구만. 날 이렇게들 부르더군. 변절자, 무법자. 인정하겠어. 인생 재밌게 살아야지. 모르잖아. 누가, 또 뭐가 우리 편이 될지 말이야. 시공의 폭풍이 날 불렀을 때 그래서 내 대답은 하나였지. 드디어 올 것이 왔군.
있잖아, 난 셀 수도 없이 많은 모험을 해봤어. 그런데 말이지, 이런 세계는 정말 난생 처음이야.
어서 오게 여우.
방울 안에 개구리가? 어우 세상에, 얘네들 정말 너무 귀엽네. 난 이만. 여긴 친절한 사람들이 정말 많아. 지나간다. 머리 죽이는데.
오, 해결사가 오셨고.
시공의 폭풍은 정말 최고야! 우후! 우와, 바이킹이다! 안녕, 화난 아저씨! 내 이름은 트레이서. 새로운 영웅은 언제나 환영이야. 너도. 우와! 재미없거든.